This is Tank's Vlog for January 22nd, 2019. We're wrapping up Day in Sports, and we're brought to you by Allow Me to Be Frank. Allow Me to Be Frank. Allow Me to Be Frank, the podcast you can hear on SoundCloud and iTunes. We're taking a little break now, but we'll be back with some great new shows and hopefully more things to follow. And hopefully one day we'll be able to join the big network, the Barstool people. I was in the office today, as many of you saw. I got to say hi to Larry, a little talk to Dave, a little cameo on the rundown. Hopefully one day I'll be able to be part of the rundown. That's my ultimate goal. And we'll see. Heck, I'd love to be... If Barstool ever decides to go 24/7 on the radio, I'd love to be Barstool's Steve Summers. Working midnight, under the covers, 12 to 6. Your Captain Midnight. So we'll see, hopefully, maybe one day. I always liked that midnight shift. I always think that was the funnest shift, talk sports radio. Because I am a night owl. I mean, geez. That's why I'm always up late. And why I do these sleep shifts. Because I have to get up at 6:30 in the morning and go to work. Real work, courthouse. I mean, if you enjoy what you're doing, it's not really work. And I don't enjoy what I'm doing in the courthouse. So it's work. It's hard work. But you gotta make a living. Unless someone buys Sports Encyclopedia for me. You can do that, can't you? Anyway, I digress. Let's go to the NBA. On Martin Luther King Day, no less. It's always a good day. NBA, I've always felt, has utilized the King holiday well. They've always done good tributes, especially the Knicks. Knicks have always tried to get a day game there, and they always have host groups of children and groups of people. They always do a nice program. The Knicks have always done, and today the Knicks did the right thing. They lost again. Every loss they take is a win in the end. The Knicks got to tank. This is the season to get the draft picks. They have got to lose. No other thing to choose. Can't win a game. They gotta get Zion. Every loss the Knicks get will be good in the end. Can't stink any more than they already do. Every loss they take is a win in the end. The Knicks got to tank, get Zion in New York. And boy, did they tank it up today, losing to the Oklahoma City Thunder 127-109. And a battle of two teams that are actually worse than the Knicks ended up benefiting the Knicks, as the Chicago Terribles ended their 10-game losing streak, beating the Cleveland Cadabers 104-88. NBA, you cannot allow the Cavaliers to win the draft lottery. If you do, you're screwed. I mean, they've won it 3 times, and none of the 3 players they won the draft lottery with are there. Now, they did win a championship. LeBron transformed the franchise, left, came back, and helped to win a championship. When they lost LeBron, they drafted Kyrie. Kyrie was good. Now he's a Celtic. Then they drafted Anthony Bennett, who sucked. Then they got another number 1, and they traded it to get back Kevin Love, and that was Andrew Wiggins, of course. They have won the draft lottery enough. No, don't allow the Cavaliers to get this draft lottery. Please, NBA, fix it. Fix it this time. You fixed things before. You fixed it to get Patrick Ewing to the Knicks. Fix it again. Speaking of basketball in New York's other team, the Brooklyn Nets, I think I'm starting to buy into this. Maybe they actually are a good team. Now, 25-23, 17-5 in their last 22 games as they throttled the Sacramento Kings, 123-94. D'Angelo Williams had a big night with 31 points, 4 rebounds, and 8 assists. And right now, they're the 6th seed in the East. I don't have any delusions that they're going to win the NBA championship, but hey, maybe they could at least make a competitive showing in the playoffs. I mean, not just be in the playoffs, not just get swept aside by a good team, but they're showing now that maybe they could just even win a game or two in the playoffs. Maybe even get to the second round. Imagine that! The Brooklyn Nets in the second round! Like the Knicks, the Washington Wizards were returning to London, only they were returning with a win. And they actually got a win as they try to get back in the playoff chase without John Wall, as they beat the Detroit Pistons 101-87. Blake Griffin is still not hurt, but still his team is not doing the job, losing again 20-26. Sort of a more underachieving team than the Pistons. And Andre Drummond. Anyone who tells me that Andre Drummond is a good player, just look at him and go, "What you talking about, Drummond?" I mean, jeez. I mean, he's a total stiff. The Pistons are a bunch of stiffs. I mean, you look at that roster, and they got some good names, but geez, they just cannot win on a consistent basis. Cannot win ever. It's just like, ugh. So many stiffs on that team. Of course, Drummond's not playing, but ugh. Bunch of stiffs. Bunch of stiffs. That's what they did on the Pistons. Concussion protocol. That's what he's out for. Andre Drummond's in concussion protocol. Their fans are concussed watching him play. It was the Bucks beating the Mavericks 116-106 as Yanni Antetokounmpo had 31 points, 15 rebounds, and 5 assists. The Magic made the Hawks disappear, 122-103. It was the Pelicans, 105-85 winners over the Grizzlies in Memphis. The Celtics beat the Heat, 107-99. Oof. Talk about a bad beat. I know someone had the Celtics in 8.5. And they got outscored 31-20 in the fourth quarter. That's why sometimes those spreads really suck. It was the 76ers 121-93 winners over the Rockets as James Harden topped 30 points for a 20th straight game with 37 points. But Joel Embiid led the Sixers to a victory with 32 points and 14 boards. The Trailblazers beat the Jazz 109-104. And it was the Warriors beating the LeBron-less Lakers 130-111. Lakers are now 25-23. Hey, that's the same record as the Nets. Imagine that. As Klay Thompson had 44 points to lead the way for the Dubs. Going on to the NHL, it was the Predators beating the Avalanche 4-1. the Kings crowned the Blues 4-3. It was the Wild stunning the Golden Knights in Vegas 4-2, and the Sharks took a beating in South Florida, losing to the Panthers 6-2. Today's three stars were Klay Thompson of the Warriors, Frank Vatrano of the Panthers, who had a goal and 3 assists in that win over the Sharks, and Joel Embiid, who had 32 points, 14 boards for Philadelphia against the Rockets. Today's birthday shout-out goes to a Islander legend, Mike Bossy, who turns 32. This guy actually was the second player in NHL history to have 50 goals in 50 games. And he had a bunch of 50-goal seasons, and then his back gave out, and he retired really young. He was only like 31 when he retired, but was a Hall of Famer and was the catalyst and the key player of those Islander Stanley Cup dynasty. And we take a look back to 1989. Do you believe it's been 30 years since Joe Montana led that drive? 92 yards, 11 plays, hitting John Taylor with 34 seconds left to win Super Bowl 23. Do you believe it's been 30 years? Do you believe it's been 30 years since Stanley Wilson said, "Screw you guys, I'm doing coke," for the Bengals, and Boomer Esiason just had nothing else to look at and watch in amazement as Joe Montana dashed his dreams of ever being a Super Bowl champion? Check out the full story at Barstool Sports. And here's one thing about Super Bowl 23 that people don't talk too much about: the halftime show. You know, everyone now has their opinions about the acts on a halftime show. They're names, they're famous people. I mean, I'd love to see different acts and not pop acts all the time. I mean, let's get some country, let's get some hard rock in there, for crying out loud. I mean, wouldn't a halftime show one year at Garth Brooks or one year at Metallica? I mean, I think that's really got wide enough audiences. But no, we got Maroon 5. But of course, that pales in comparison to the awfulness of the Super Bowl 23 halftime show. It was some lame Elvis impersonator. It literally looked like something you would see at a child's birthday party. It was supposed to be impressive because it was done in 3D. Woo! Everyone got their 3D glasses at 7-Eleven by buying Coca-Cola. Woo! And it was awful. It's called Elvis Presto and Bebop and the Repulsed. And you just gotta watch the video of just the sheer awfulness of this halftime show. I mean, if you have 15 minutes and you want to watch something that is so bad, it's hysterically bad. I mean, it's nails on a chalkboard, punch in the gut, groin bustingly horrible bad. The Super Bowl 23 halftime show. I guess if it wasn't for John Taylor's great play and Joe Montana's drive, I mean, it redeemed the whole day. So watch it. I'm sure you'll get a kick out of it. And of course, go to Barstool Sports for that whole story. Sports Encyclopedia where sports history lives, and listen to Allow Me to Be Frank. Good day.